ArcGlobe includes the capability to create user-defined animations. These animations are keyframes or flight paths that control camera positions, and also layer properties that control visibility, transparency, and other parameters. You can then play these animations back in real time, or you can export QuickTime or AVI movies of the animation sequences. For example, in ArcGlobe, we can look at the animation toolbar and go to the animation manager, and here you can see a series of keyframes that are defining the camera position. You can see a series of tracks that have been defined, and for each one of these tracks we have, through the time sequence of the animation, various times where the layers turn on and off. So the net effect is we can create this animation that we can then play back in real time. Now, the importance of creating these animations are usually to tell a story, to convey an important concept or convey an important message. So we'll walk through this animation and look at the story that was created and how ArcGlobe was used to convey some of those messages. For 3,000 years, mankind has been making maps. These maps have helped us to explore our world. About 500 years ago, the maps looked like this as we started to move from Europe westward across the Atlantic Ocean until we started to discover a new world. As we started to reach North America, about 100 years ago, our view of the world started to change. In a place called Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, man learned how to fly. As we started to fly across North America, we could see the Appalachian Mountains, we could cross the Ohio River, then the Mississippi River, and the Missouri River. We started to explore our country. We started to see the world as we hadn't seen it before. We crossed into Nebraska and then Wyoming, crossing over Yellowstone National Park and the terrain of the Rocky Mountains, until finally we started to reach the Columbia Plateau and the Pacific Northwest. From here we started to run out of places to expand westward, and about 40 years ago we started to expand up. We started to see our world from space. We started to launch spaceborne sensors that could monitor our planet and understand how things were changing. And then just recently, we've started to explore new worlds. So this was really an example of how I used the animation manager and an animation sequence to create a compelling story that started to explain a little bit about history and about exploration using just the animation tools that are provided with ArcGlobe.